Ending. Okay, we'll take questions on this subject. This subject.
Leader Schumer, I have to ask you about TikTok because that's taken
This subject first, please. We'll come back to you. I asked this subject. Yes.
You all clearly believe, as we sit here in late March, that there is a real risk for default. Is it incumbent on Senate Republicans at this point to get off of the sidelines and, get involved in these discussions?
Well, look, right now the House seems to be headed, not getting off the floor, heading into a brick wall, because they say, unless we get our way, we're going to default, but they won't even say what their way is. They don't have 218 votes to put it together. And so in the past, when the House has been unable to do something, the Senate has decided. But the first step, since it's Leader McCarthy who's the one who's playing brinksmanship, is for him to put out his plan. We're waiting for it. Did you want to? Yes.
Mr. Jeffries, can I just ask you, is a discharge petition on a clean debt hike a viable option in the House? And if so, when will it be introduced? I understand it takes 2.5 months to ripen.
The most viable option right now is for the extreme MAGA Republicans in the House to get their act together and do what they consistently did when Donald Trump was the President of the United States of America. As has been mentioned, 3 times the House raised the debt ceiling without fanfare, because the consequences of even threatening a default are so significant, and certainly spiraling the country into a default would be devastating. And so the House Republicans, as Representative Moore indicated, need to get up off the floor, get their act together, join everyone else in the Capitol, which includes Senate Democrats, Senate Republicans, and House Democrats, do the right thing for the American people and raise the debt ceiling.
Discharge petition is not an option. Can you clarify that?
Right now, the option that is in front of us are the extreme MAGA Republicans doing the right thing by the American people.
Yes.
I understand you've laid out some specific numbers on the risk of the default crisis here. Let's say I'm asking this separately in theory. Are you open to spending cuts this year in this budget?
Well, as
Leaders of the House and Senate.
As has been mentioned, we understand we have to negotiate a budget, as we've done in previous years. Chairman Heinrich has mentioned that. But that should not be part of the debt ceiling debate. But look, we're going to have to come together, Democrats and Republicans, and hopefully pass a budget, not a CR, but an omnibus. We did it last year, and we will try to do it again. I'm not going to negotiate ahead of time, but we are eager to sit down and negotiate a budget. In the Senate, the Appropriations Committee is Senators Murray and Collins are really talking about doing a bunch of bipartisan bills. Yes.
Up to this point, we've only seen one meeting between President Biden and Speaker McCarthy on this issue. Is it your sense that those conversations should be continuing? Has the administration given any guidance on when
Look,
those conversations
we're always happy to sit down and talk to Speaker McCarthy or anybody else, but he's got to show us his plan. To just sit down and not have a plan, what's the point? What are we going to say? Thanks for the coffee? I mean, come on. He needs a plan to have a real negotiation, but we'll sit down with them anytime. Yes.
House Republicans have not actually put out a timeline for when they will release their budget resolution or mark it up in committee or move it to the floor. Secretary Yellen has put the X date at possibly as soon as mid-June. So is there any point in time, if you don't see House Republicans produce a budget maybe this spring, or you all would have to come to the table because it's just getting too close to the
I would repeat what Leader Jeffries said. First step is for them to put out a plan, and there's time for them to do it. They have to put out a plan. The reason they haven't is I think they're having great difficulty finding any plan that will get 218 votes. Plain and simple. Okay, now we'll go to yes.
I appreciate it. Leader Schumer, would you commit to putting legislation on the floor that would allow for a nationwide TikTok ban?
The bottom line is, look, there are some serious security concerns about TikTok and its ownership by ByteDance, a Chinese company. Our committees are giving a careful look to try to find the best way to deal with that issue.
Is that Senator Warner's bill, though?
There are a bunch of different proposals. That's one of them. I've talked to Senator Warner about it. There are a bunch of proposals out there. Anyone else want to? Okay. Last one. Go ahead.
So this report, this was put together purely by Democratic staff without Republican input? And can you just give some detail on the $20,000 in lost retirement savings? What causes that? How does that occur?
That is based on what we saw happen in the economy in 2011. So we'll be happy to give you the citations. It largely looks at cooling of the economy and an increase of interest rates of 70 basis points, and what we saw happen play out back in 2011.
And purely by Democratic staff?
It's from the Joint Economic Democratic staff.
Thank you, everybody.